and he might be the Messiah. And that's it. She wasn't all spiritually mature. She couldn't answer all the questions. She never took any apologetics classes. What she knew was this guy knows me, and he might be the Messiah. And that's it. And so, maturity doesn't matter, but humility does. Another one, spiritual conversations are worth it. No matter what it takes to get into them and to have them, they're worth having. And here's the last one. The last one is that the harvest takes many workers. The harvest takes many workers. What I want to do is I want to close out our time today. You can read the commitment on your own during our reflection time. But I want to close out our time today by highlighting how I want you to be involved in this sharing the message end of things. Because as a matter of fact, you don't have to be the person who knocks on all the doors, although we're going to have a way for you to do that. I'm not going to talk about it today. That's coming up in a couple weeks. But we are going to maybe be doing some service projects in the area that may possibly involve knocking on some doors. But that's in the future. Right now, what I want to tell you about is that there are ways for you to get involved in sharing the message. And right now, the number one way we share the message in our church is on Sunday morning, where we try to get people to this place so they can hear the message of Jesus and find out that he loves them and he might be the Messiah. So Sunday morning is a very important thing to us. And so there are two people I want you to hear from with regard to Sunday mornings so that you can learn how you can get involved with doing something on Sunday mornings if you want to be a part of this living water kind of thing. The first person is Chris. Chris, come on up here. Chris Allen, some of you guys know him. He has recently been deployed as our production team leader. And so he's going to take this microphone over here, and I'm just going to ask him a couple questions so you guys can figure out what production team is all about. So Chris, what is the production team?
Production team is basically responsible for the whole worship experience on Sundays. So everything from when the people come through the door to some of the special effects we'll have during the show, all the planning and organization that goes into that is basically the production team in a nutshell.
Okay, so that means like there's already a welcome team doing welcome team stuff, and there's already a worship band doing worship band stuff, but you're going to coordinate kind of all the things and bring in some creative elements to make it all flow together, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Cool. All right, so then tell us what you need to do your job well and what kind of people could help you.
There's multiple facets to it, so it's not like you would have to make a commitment all the time. Sometimes it's going to be special needs, so you wouldn't have to make a commitment for like every week. It could be if you're an artist, we need somebody to paint a picture this week in the church, or we may need a carpenter to make a special project. So some of the things, I have a list here, audio video people. So we'd like to shoot some bumpers of the up and coming messages that's coming up so we can have some video stuff. And maybe somebody that's into soundboards or shooting videos would be cool. Carpenters, electricians, artists, kind of what I touched on there. We also could use people as shoppers. So if you like to shop, we could use people to shop and get some supplies together. Internet researchers, if you're a type of person that likes to be on the internet and looking at different things, we could use you for that. Data entry, we'll have a script of everything that goes on through the experience. So script entry people, and then somebody that would be outgoing. If you're into being outgoing and giving announcements and they're a bubbly type of personality, we're looking for somebody for that also. So there's lots of opportunities. My contact information is in the pamphlet, so give me a call and look forward to meeting with you.
Right on. Thanks, Chris. So Chris is going to be doing the production team. And then I've also asked Bethany to come in here and to share a little bit about the Kiddopolis changes that are coming, because these are two major ways that you can get plugged in for what's happening on Sunday morning, either by talking to Chris to find out where the individual services need some help, or talking to Bethany. And you're going to need a little assistance over here. There we go. Something like that.
My snack time.
Snack time? I'm hungry. We've already covered this in this room. But anyway, so tell us a little bit about Kiddopolis and why we're making changes and stuff.
I am super excited, in case you can't tell by my excited look on my face, because we have been wanting so badly to do a few changes to Kiddopolis, and we are at that point where we are ready to do it. The teachers are excited, the helpers are excited, the kids who know about the changes are can't believe that there are teachers who want to be in the room with them week after week. So that's very exciting for some of our kids. But we are going to open Kiddopolis for our first service. So we will have Kiddopolis open both service times. So you now have a choice. If you didn't come before the first service because what do I do with my kids? We have a class for them now with some fantastic teachers who are committed to being in there every single week with your kids because they want to get to know them and they want to get to see them grow in Christ. And I'm really, really excited about the commitment that our teachers have been making. We're going to have 2 completely different Kiddopolis programs. So if you would like to serve in one and then attend one, your kids could go to both classes and they would get more of a discipleship type of thing during the first service, where they're going to be learning how to look things up in the Bible and where are all the different books of the Bible and things like that. And second service is going to be much more application based for what do we do with it now that you know the Bible story. So I am really, really excited. We could use more people. So if there's anybody who's feeling led to participate in some way with the kids program, you tell me what your passion is, and I guarantee there will be a spot for you, either in helping us with the decorations, because we want to do a little bit more with that, registration at the beginning of each service to get any new families who come in registered. We have teacher positions that we would love to fill. We have helper positions to fill. Pick a room and we could plug you in. So
you're saying that someone doesn't have to be all lovey-dovey with kids in order to help out with the Kiddopolis thing?
We actually have some people in our Kiddopolis program that are not overly fond of kids, believe it or not. But, and I'm not going to tell you who it is, but they help me with other things. Like if we need copies made for the teachers, that frees up their time if they're not having to prep some of that stuff. You know, that you can, if you don't really love kids, you can still smile at them for 15 minutes while you're checking them in and pretend a little bit. Or, you know, decorating in the rooms. Like I said, we do bulletin boards and things like that. And the teachers would love to be able to focus more on the kids and a little less on the prep sometimes.
Thank you, Bethany.
Sure.
So we are just about out of time. In fact, we're past time, but I don't care. What I want to do for us, just as we close out our time together, is to invite you to take a look at that note sheet and the commitment at the bottom of it. Next Sunday, in our Commitment Sunday, we're going to ask you to make these commitments. And this 4th commitment is the one that says, I want to bless other people with my life. And hopefully, you're in that place today where you say, yes, I want to bless other people with my life. There's a message I want to share with people. And there's a part that I can play in sharing that message.
Thank you for listening to this message from Lafayette Community Church. We believe that God has a full and fulfilling life in store for you, and we want to help you live it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, Pastor Jeff, through the web form at LafayetteCommunityChurch.com. And as always, I encourage you to plug into a solid, God-honoring community wherever you may be. Life is a journey, and no one should ever walk alone.